Hi, I'm David James and you're watching the Redmen TV.
The world has come to an end. Everywhere around us is a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Every football pitch is gone, so the remaining football clubs, in order to entertain the dying and shit-covered masses, must pit their best players in 1-versus-1 combat to the death.
It's the Football Fight Club, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace.
I'm joined by Jim Daly from Crystal Palace Fan TV. We're going to see how we get on. 3 players plus the managers to the death.
Yo guys, it's Jim here from Palace Fan TV to prove that Palace's 3 hardest players would beat Liverpool's 3 hardest players in a weird fight to the death situation in some dystopian future that Paul and Chris have come up with. Actually, if we're talking about dystopian futures, I'm guessing we're setting it in Bermondsey, which currently looks like a weird dystopian future already.
Round 1, Martin Skrtel versus Jedinak.
First round, and it's the most evenly matched contest. Arguably the 2 hardest men, or at least the 2 hardest looking men at the football clubs, go head to head.
Now yeah, on the surface, Skrtel looks like a thug. He's got the skinhead, he's got the tattoos, he looks a bit crazy, but invariably, guys like that are actually giant softies underneath, and I suspect that Skrtel is exactly the same. Whereas Jedinak, this is a guy that grew up in the Australian outback, probably, and played Aussie rules football every week as a kid, maybe. But certainly is a little bit crazy.
Both have got great thought of taking mass amounts of punishment. Jedinak gets in there early. He nails Skrtel with an elbow to the side of the head.
A few years ago, Palace played Huddersfield in the Championship. Jedinak took an elbow in the face. It broke his cheekbone. It broke his eye socket. He came back the next week wearing some flimsy mask and was straight back in, winning headers where the elbows were flying, like he literally didn't care about his face.
But as we know, Martin Skrtel eats nails for breakfast. It goes back and forth. Both competitors take mass amounts of punishment. Jedinak thinks he's on top. He delivers a blow and he takes Martin Skrtel's face clean off. Oh my word. Surely it's all over. But then Skrtel looks up and we see what every Liverpool fan has always secretly known. Living tissue on top of a hardened chromium endoskeleton. He's death made metal. Martin Skrtel is the Terminator. Jedinak, he realises the futility of his fight, drops to his knees, and as he looks up for one final time, Skrtel, the killing blow. It's 1-0 to Liverpool.
The guy is certifiably crazy, and that is why if he came up against Skrtel, it would be a case of Skrtel saying, oh, actually, no, I just look like this. I'm actually not that crazy at all. Can we just sit down and talk about it? And a few seconds later, Jedi would probably elbow him right in the eye socket. So that's how that one would go.
Round 2, Jose Enrique versus Delaney.
Jose Enrique's been talking himself up big time in the build-up to this. He's been gobbing off, he's been talking about his own abilities. Even though most people don't think he's going to be able to deliver on the biggest stage, he thinks he will. He's cocky, he's brash, his tan is perfect, and his teeth have never been whiter.
And this one's not even a contest. All you got to do is look at Jose Enrique's Instagram to see, oh, it's all pictures of him hanging out with his mates and playing guitar and hanging out with his missus. The guy's a homeboy. You know, he's not interested in fighting. Whereas Delaney, this is an Irish lad who's worked his way up through every league in football to get to the Premier League, throwing his head in where proposition strikers are chucking in elbows or getting kicked in the shins. You know, he's worked his way up. He knows how to have a fight. Plus, you know, he's Irish, and I can say that. I am half Irish as well. And those guys are absolutely fine in a scrap.
Enrique steps into the arena. The baying, shit-covered crowd scream on behind him. He thinks, this is the perfect opportunity for me. He thinks, I need to document this occasion. He pulls out his mobile phone. Behind him, the crowd screaming, baying for blood. He takes a selfie. Delaney senses his opportunity, and as Jose Enrique is torn one way or the other over which filter perfectly encapsulates his photo. Delaney. Double axe handle straight to the back of Enrique's neck. Jose Enrique is dead. Liverpool have an additional £50,000 a week in their wage budget. It's 1-1.
And for that reason, I think he would find Jose Enrique absolutely easy. All he'd have to do is stand up and just look at him, and I think Enrique would back down.
Round 3. Mamadou Sakho versus Yohan Cabaye.
Yohan Cabaye's given up masses in this. Height, reach, everything that normal fighters would need. But he's got speed, he's got trickery, he's got guile, and he knows it.
Now, yeah, I mean, Yohan Cabaye looks like a pretty boy. He's got the boy band haircut, he's got the good looks, you know, but it's always the pretty ones you've got to look out for. You know, any Bond or Jason Bourne movie, it's always the pretty ones that you think aren't going to do anything that turn out to be the absolute psychos.
He faces up to his French compatriot and he's showing off. He's got his speed, he's got his flashy moves, he's just throwing punches, he's shadow boxing. Sakho stands there, unmoved. Cabaye unleashes a flurry of punches. A small trickle of blood runs down Mamadou Sakho's lip. He reaches a left hand up. He wipes it away. He looks at Yohan Cabaye. He licks the blood clean from his hand and grins. Yohan Cabaye, shocked. He doesn't know what to do. He steps back. He's aghast. His flurry of punches, his best moves, and they haven't even affected him. Sakho is basically laughing in his face. What is he going to do? Sakho unleashes a killer blow straight through the chest of Yohan Cabaye. He looks down as Sakho removes his still beating heart. Yohan Cabaye slumps to the ground. Sakho raises the heart to the sky in celebration. The thousands in attendance erupt. Sakho! 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 His name rings out around the Thunderdome arena. Sakho's finished him off with one blow. It's Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 1.
Mamadou Sakho's middle name is Ian. Mamadou Ian Sakho. That is a fact. And no hard man anywhere in the world in the history of everything ever has ever been called Ian. And for that reason, Cabaye would easily win this fight.
Final round. Jurgen Klopp versus Alan Pardew.
I mean, this one isn't even a contest. Jurgen Klopp, happy-go-lucky, friendly, hipstery German guy against Alan Pardew, a manager that will literally headbutt you on the touchline if he doesn't like you. And that actually happened. So what would happen here is Klopp would turn up and be like, "Oh, hey Alan, let's talk about it. Let's have a beer and talk about our favourite non-mainstream German indie bands." And Pardew wouldn't listen to a word and would just headbutt him straight in the face.
It's all or nothing now for Crystal Palace. Alan Pardew, he steps into the arena. He's a bit of a Cockney wide boy. He knows he is a dangerous man on his day. His headbutt is something to be feared by the masses. It's a game changer, it's a game winner, and he knows it. Jurgen Klopp walks in, all floppy hair and glasses and goofy smile. He looks at ease, he looks calm. He's your archetypal German textbook hipster footballer. He's cool, he's calm. He walks up, the match hasn't even started. Klopp, big smile. He goes over to Alan Pardew and he gives him a big hug just to let him know, may the best man win. Pardew laments and gives into this. The power of Klopp's charisma is so much that he'd look stupid to not accept it. He goes in there, Klopp gives him a big cuddle, and for a second everything seems fine. A few moments pass, and it starts to get a little bit awkward for Pardew. And he's thinking, this is a bit weird, I'm going to get out of this. He goes to pull away, but he's stuck. He tries to fight. Klopp's grip gets tighter and tighter and tighter. He goes for the patented headbutt, but he's too close. It's ineffectual. He can't get the pullback required. to deliver the killing strike that's got him this far. All of a sudden, Klopp's booming laughter begins. He's laughing right down Pardew's ear hole. The pain in his brain is excruciating. He can't breathe, he can't see, he can't hear. He feels himself beginning to slip away. The darkness is all around him. And then, all of a sudden, he's free. Pardew, he steps back, he's desperately clawing oxygen into his lungs. He's half deaf, his sight is barely coming back to him. He's taking in massive lungfuls of breath. Has there been a last minute redemption? Could this fight still go his way? His vision clears. And there's Klopp, towering high above him. The open slap hand, the Jurgen Klopp patented slap of doom. It makes contact. Pardew's head is snapped back. His body spins around to the floor. He hits the deck, lifeless. It's over. It's Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 1. Jurgen Klopp, the masterful German, comes out on top.
And there you go, proof that Palace would win all 4 fights to save the world from this weird dystopian future scenario that Redmen TV have come up with. I've been Jim Daly from Palace Fan TV. Cheers.
There you go. Who do you think won in that encounter? Let us know in the comments below. Go from round 1, round 2, round 3 and the final round and pick your winner alongside there, and we will ultimately decide which team came out on top. So thank you very much to Jim Daly from Palace Fan TV for his input. Go and subscribe to their channel. We'll annotate to that for more great content in the build-up. Favourite American sport?
Basketball.
Fastest player at Liverpool?
Delaney.
Excellent. Breaking Bad or The Walking Dead?